This is how to always make time for the gym. I went from being skinny fat to being jacked, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to always make time for the gym. And with number one is the fact that you simply have to know how to make time for the gym and to know that you have the time to go to the gym. You just need to prioritize your time more wisely. Let's say, for example, you have school or you have work. For instance, if you have school, you simply go after school. Even if you have both, if you have school and work, let's say for school, starts around 7 to 8 a.m. around there, and it closes around 3 p.m. And then you have work starting around 5 to 6 p.m. All you can simply do right there in that time period is go to the gym straight after school. So you go to the gym straight after school, about an hour of lifting is all you need. Boom, it's 4 p.m. Now you have an hour before your work shift starts. It's simple like that. And the thing that stops people and creates excuses in their head, they may say, oh, but I'm too tired from school. I don't want to go to the gym and I have work. I'll just skip it. It's okay. To those people, they just, you don't want it enough. You don't want to see the results enough. If you want to see results in the gym, then you would simply make the time for it. You wouldn't have to say, I never have time. I don't have the time anymore to go to the gym. Because you do, you just find excuses to make. So you have to know how to manage your time more wisely, more properly. And for instance, if you have work, for instance, let's say you're not in school, you only have work and you're doing full time, talking about 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, etc. Now, if you're really geared into your goal, you'll go after work as well. You'll go after work or before work. For instance, if you work 9 to 5, 9 p.m. to 5 p.m., you can go to work before. You can go to the gym before work. So around 6 a.m., you wake up, you go to the gym, you're done with the gym by 8 a.m., then you get to work. Or you go after work, so around 5 p.m., you go to the gym 6 p.m. It's simple. Or if you work a 12-hour shift, so for instance, 8 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m., it's the same thing. You go to the gym, you either go to the gym before work, or you go to the gym after work. It's simple like that. And before I get into the second tip, link in the description is one of our paid programs to build your dream physique. A whole video course dedicated to building and helping you, where we literally hold your hand and we help you build your dream physique. If you think that you don't know what to do, you're confused, and you need a little bit of help, and you're not sure where to start or how to do this and that, then click the link in the description where we will literally go into detail and help you achieve your dream physique. Now, with number 2 is to have a plan. You need to have a plan when you go to the gym and you're limited on time. When you're limited on time, you don't have a lot. You don't have, for instance, 2 hours or 3 hours to get a quality gym session like that. Let's say you literally only have 30 minutes. You only have 30 minutes to an hour. 30 minutes to an hour, that's all you have. What you can simply do, and this is what I do as well, and it's also made time Like I've also been able to go through my workouts more quicker. The same intensity, everything. It's to switch 2 sets, only 2 sets to failure. 2 sets only to failure. Because you have 2 sets to failure and you have 4 sets of 12 reps. And with 2 sets to failure, you're getting the same amount of intensity as you're doing with the 4 sets of 12 reps. The only thing that's increased, the only difference there is the volume. And the volume doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. The volume doesn't matter in terms of muscle growth. It's about the intensity. If you're just going through the motions and you're doing 5 sets of a random weight and you're just going through the motions, do you think you're gonna build muscle from that? No. You have to push your muscles to failure so that it can grow, it can adapt and grow. That's why 2 sets to failure rather than 4 sets of 12 reps of a random weight that you can do with ease. Do with ease. And for instance, when you rest 2 to 3 minutes between sets, that means an exercise, for instance, 2 sets to failure, right? You do your first set, then you rest for 3 minutes. That's already 3 minutes taken. And then you do a second set. And a set usually lasts about 30 seconds to a minute. Depends, varies. So let's say a minute, right? Let's say a minute. You take a minute to do your set. A minute for a set. Then you rest 3 minutes again, so that's 4 minutes. Then you do a second set, that's 5 minutes. You only taken 5 minutes for one exercise. That's pretty quick, considering that you have a block of 30 minutes to an hour. Now, with 4 sets of 12, the first set, 1 minute, 3 minutes, that's 4. So basically 2 sets, 5 minutes. And then you rest again, that's another 3 minutes. And then you do your third set, which is, I can't even fit it on my hand, but you get the point. See how longer it takes? It's doubled. It's literally doubled. Just because you've increased the volume, but the intensity is still the same. You get my point? With 2 sets to failure, you gain more intensity rather than just doing the 4 sets of 12. And when you learn to do that, then the workout goes quicker. And also another thing that can help you as well is doing what is called a superset. A superset is highly efficient if you are low on time, and I'm going to tell you how to do this. So a superset is basically where you have an exercise that you do, you complete the set, and then you immediately go into the next exercise. So for instance, if I'm doing, like I said, 2 sets to failure on bicep curls, right? I'm bicep curling, blah, blah, blah. I fail the weight, I'm done with the set. Then I immediately go to tricep pushdowns, for example. Immediately go. That's called supersetting. And then I do my tricep set right there. For instance, if you're hitting arms, you have bicep curls for one exercise, then you have tricep pushdowns for your next exercise. You can knock that down so easily because you supersetted it. Because they're 2 different muscles. The bicep isn't affected when you're hitting tricep pushdowns because it's your triceps being worked. Meaning, you don't have to rest, you don't have to wait, blah, 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 blah. I really hope you're understanding what I'm saying. By supersetting, you cut down so much more time. So much time. Just by supersetting. So with those 2 tips, to have a plan and to limit the time in the gym, and other tips would be like, avoid like scrolling on social media, avoid talking too much, and just staying in the zone and just getting the work done. Those 2 are obvious, but with the 2 sets to failure and with the superset, it can immediately knock down your time so much than you would even imagine. And lastly, with the third tip, is to know that you only need to go to the gym minimum 3 times a week. You only need to go 3 times a week minimum. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend if you're low on time and blah 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 blah, then it makes sense. Yeah, do what you can, do the most you can. 3 times a week is all you need. It's all you need. Obviously, if you have more time throughout the day, throughout the week, blah blah blah, then it goes more than that, 6 times max. Simple. But if you're low on time, considering that we're low on time, we need to only go to the gym max 3 times, a minimum 3 times if you have the time. If you don't have the time, sorry. And for instance, the split that I do, push pull legs. Push pull legs. 3 right there. Your push workout where you're doing your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. Your pull workout where you're doing your back and biceps. And then your legs workout when you're doing your legs. Three times a week to the gym was all you need. That's literally all you need. And then with that, you have time for the gym. So don't make the excuse of saying, I never have time for the gym. Oh my gosh, I have work. I have literally a family to feed and provide for. I have school. I have extra activities, blah, blah, blah. I do too. Yet I still go to the gym. So what is your excuse then now? I mean, what is your excuse then now? Literally, you just have to want it enough. You just gotta want it enough. Because if you don't want it enough, then you're not... Oh man, I really hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say here. If you don't want it enough, then you're going to be making these excuses about saying that you never have time for the gym. But if you do want it enough and you want to see results in the gym, then you will simply make the time for it. You will learn to prioritize your time wisely. And this is another little bonus tip that I'm gonna give about prioritizing your time wisely. For instance, you have, let's say this. Just for example, your girlfriend or boyfriend wants to walk in a park, right, with you. But you have a choice that you can either go to the gym or spend time. I mean, okay, let me not use the boyfriend girlfriend walk in the park example. Let me use another less important, just something random, like just something very random that you wouldn't even enjoy much. Okay, let's say this: going to a random sports game. Let's say that. Yeah, let's say, yeah, going to a random sports game. Okay. You have the option, like your friends, for instance, invite you to go to a sports game. But you see that you either have the time to go to the sports game or you go to the gym. Which one is more important to you? Which one is more important? You going to the sports game with your friends or you going to the gym? Which one is more important? That's what I mean by prioritizing your time. Do you prioritize going to a random sports game with your friends? And I mean, yeah, it's fun. No, don't get me wrong, it's fun. So would you prioritize going to a random sports game with your friends? Or would you prioritize going to the gym? Right? And like I said, 3 times a week is all you need. So it's not like you don't have to have a social life anymore. But I'm just saying with this, it's about prioritizing your time. Even if you use the last example that said boyfriend, girlfriend walk in the park. Would you prioritize walking in the park with your girlfriend or boyfriend or going to the gym? It's whatever you prioritize. If you want to see results in the gym, you're focused on the gym, then you choose this. If you're focused on this, then you choose this. It's all up to you. It's about prioritizing your time wisely. And with that, that is how to always have time and to always make time in the gym. And I'm going to say this again, link in the description is where we literally teach you and literally hold your hand to building your dream physique. When you don't have any help, don't know what to do, click the link in the description and let's get started. Make sure you like the video, you comment down below if you have any video ideas, any comments to say. Make sure you share the video, you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.